Hello and welcome in this series of BNI's Goa Employment Conference 2022. We are bringing you this series in association with BNI, wherein we have eminent personalities from different sectors who will be discussing with us an important topic about employment. And we have with us Mr. RAYN has a long profile. He heads two companies, Infinyt 3D, a 3D printing based technology startup, and Audrey Infra Private Limited. He was also instrumental in starting IAMF, Indian Additive Manufacturing Association, an association of 200 companies, enthusiasts, stakeholders who are involved in 3D printing business. Welcome, sir. First
Thank
of
you.
all, 3D printing is a subject which many people don't know.
Yes.
How to explain what is 3D printing from a perspective for a common person or a youth to understand?
A very interesting question. So, first of all, 3D printing is not something new. 3D printing is almost 40 years old, and the person who invented it, Mr. Chuck Hull, is still alive today and still working in his company. So, how do I explain 3D printing? Is like, assume that you are doing a normal print and you print a circle, and on that circle you print again and again and again and again, and if it is ink, you will find that it is slowly thickening. That is why it is called 3D printing. So, you are printing it in multiple times so that it gets thickness. A very simple way, a simple analogy would be using chakli. When we take chakli and we make a circle, you will probably get a circle. If you make a letter A, you will get a letter A. Now, on that same circle, if I pour the chakli again and again and again, you will get a cylinder. So, the concept of 3D printing is creating layer upon layer upon layer, so you get a 3D object, a 3-dimensional object.
You are into 3D printing business, and
Yes.
right now you are working with SIBA, that is Father Agnes Institute at Novel. So, how long you have been in this industry, and if someone who wants to be part of this industry or is looking at a career in this industry, can he make a career in this industry?
All right. So, we started in 2014. We had an office in Korthalem, and then we joined with SIBA to set up Goa's largest 3D printing lab at that time, where we had more than 17 printers, different types of facilities in one single place. That being said, anyone else who wants to enter into the 3D printing space, they are welcome. Not just welcome, we are helping them to do it. We are looking out for people whom we can help set up verticals. For example, there is this lady called Sai in Porvorim, and she does these amazing miniatures, earrings, food miniatures, and she uses the 3D printer to make cookie cutters that cut off those different shapes, so that she can get those exact replicas. She's doing an amazing job. There is this boy called Sujay, who is working in SIBA. He provides technological or engineering solutions to companies. We've been supporting them. There are many others like this who have taken a 3D printer and started on their own. We have to remember that 3D printing is not by itself a vertical. 3D printing helps other verticals to get better, to get more output out of it.
So, 3D printing is a base for anyone to, for example, if you have an innovation and you want to present it to the masses for a commercial exploitation or commercial purpose,
Yes.
the 3D printing is what is required for them to actually.
Yes. So, not just only for prototyping or to do something new. 3D printing is a necessity. Just like I think you and I must have gone for Word and Excel courses when we were young, and we were taught how to use a normal printer, and that time we had the dot matrix printer. But 3D printing is equally important and essential in the years to come. Almost everyone will need to know some design software or the other to be able to create or to express their ideas. A 3D printer will probably be in everybody's bedroom, and that is what the entire world is envisioning, that we'll soon have 3D printers in everyone's homes.
So whatever you want to print, you can
You
print
just
it
print
right
whether
there.
it is right there and then, whether it is doorknobs, your some parts are broken, you print that. You want to do something, I mean, even if you look at it from the industry perspective, it was initially designed only for prototyping, but today jewelry industry, medical industry, dentists, movies, your animation movies, your sports, or cake making. I mean, even in India, there are people who are using 3D printing as an aid in their industry. So, any vertical you will be using 3D
IT
printing.
Minister Rohan Khote told us that they are also going for 3D printed building in
Yes.
Goa. That would be the first time ever, I think.
So, Godrej and Twasta, a company in Mumbai, have already collaborated and started the first commercial buildings in India. Before that, L&T also was working on this project. If we are able to do something in Goa, that would be really exciting.
They're
because
planning
that
for
would be-
3D printed building.
That will be superb, because it's not a new concept.
So
Dubai has already
for a
done.
normal person to understand, you can actually live in this building
Yes,
or just
yes.
to see.
So these buildings are commercially being sold in US. There's a huge printer that comes, pours concrete into the whatever shape that you want. They finish it up and it's ready. The cost, they say, according to some reports that I've read, is less than 20% of what the normal cost used to be, because you are completely eliminating labor in this.
So how much time it takes?
Probably a month. It depends on the scale and size of the project.
Within a month.
Very short time compared to your normal building.
And it's safe.
Very much. So there have been tests done in Japan, in I don't remember the report now, but different other countries, to check for earthquakes, to check for tsunami resistance, for wind loads, for all kinds of safety tests on these are done.
So you mean to say in future we'll be able to see 3D printed houses where people are living
In
comfortably?
present, it's already happening. It's already happening.
It will happen in Goa.
Like I said, in Goa, we have not. So in India, we have not yet adopted. It's still at a research phase. But many countries across the world, like there is this country, I think. In Denmark, I think they were finding a shortage of masons, and they used 3D printing to build an entire community. In Mexico, they have built an entire refugee center with about 50 houses that have been completely 3D printed.
3D printed.
Yeah, and a fraction of the cost, fraction of the time.
Remember when people choose any industry or choose something to invest their money, they usually choose very conventional kind of business. That
Yes.
it's very safe, and I know that there won't be any losses. At least I won't be in trouble.
Yes, yes.
You chose something which was very, which was non-conventional and which never existed in Goa before that.
Yes,
3D printing.
yes.
How do you know, what was the feeling when you started, and weren't you told by your family members why you are even trying this?
I am by profession a tool and die maker. So I am supposed to be making molds and press tools for plastic. So any plastic that comes out from me. I am also by nature creative and innovative. I love to do things differently. I don't like following the same pattern. And so after almost about 10 years of business, I said, what new? What different can I do? And I used to always try to see how can I challenge what is around me. So why should a cup be only that U shape? Why can't it be something different? Why should a vase be only a V shape? Why should a pen be thin and long? Why can't it be round? So those questions would always be in my mind, and I said, okay, how do I express these ideas? And that's when I started looking around for ways of prototyping. And that time these were called as RPT machines, or rapid prototyping machines. And I came across one of these machines. I did a quick study. I did a detailed study, and I realized that in India at that time there were only 5 people who were manufacturing machines. Out of those 5 people, 3 or 4 of them were still in colleges. Okay, and there was only one company who had professionally started, called Divide by Zero Technologies. And I bought my first machine from them in 2014. And till today I am associated with them. Very strong relationship, very amazing. They are one of the best in India. So that relationship came up out of the urge of innovation and coming up with new things. Today we are strongly involved in the same thing, in innovating. We are coming up with so many new products on a day-to-day basis. I can't disclose them because we are under NDA.
Okay.
Because these are all done for companies. But the amount of innovation that we do, it's very exciting to be in that space.
So right now you are in SIBA.
Right now we are in SIBA, yes.
And your lab is in SIBA.
My lab is in SIBA.
Okay. For general person again to know, for a common student to know, what is the skill set that's required for any person to get into this industry?
Okay, so let me put this in perspective. My youngest person who has learned 3D design that I have taught is 6 years old. Okay. The youngest person who has operated a 3D printer in my workshop is 8 years old. My first employee used to work on the ship as a bartender. So I don't think that there is any constraint. A lot of people think that it's only an engineer's domain. I don't think there is any constraint into jumping into this field. It's just your ability to absorb and work hard and learn and relearn, and you're good to go.
You need to be creative. That's more
You need to
important.
be creative, innovative, and willing to learn, open to learning.
Open to learn.
Yes.
So this learning happens while being on job, or this learning can happen earlier in colleges and then you are employing them in your industry?
So for me, when I look at employing, I don't look at anything. I will look at the attitude of the person and I employ immediately. We take a lot of people for internships, and for all of them who come in for internship, we train them from scratch, so that by the time they leave that internship, they are a different person altogether. When someone wants to learn, if you look at today's scenario, the Niti Aayog has done a very good program called the Atal Tinkering Lab Scheme. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Atal Tinkering Lab Scheme, which provides an entire lab of 3D printers, robotics, electronics kits in the school. 16 schools in Goa have these. So students are encouraged to go, experience, learn, fail, and do it and try again, and work things out. Diploma colleges don't have this as of now, but engineering, I think out of the 3 of the engineering colleges have got a good setup of labs. These are so far the learning spaces for 3D printing today. Besides this, online there are some courses which you can learn. Besides that, we conduct courses every Friday, which is for a nominal some 1,000-2,000 rupees. We do some 3D printing workshops on every Friday. But more importantly, every Friday 4 to 6 we do something called as Freedom Fridays. Means anyone, even you, are welcome to come and start printing.
I can come to SIBA.
You can come to SIBA and start printing.
Start printing.
Printing material is mine, machine is mine. You can print whatever you want between 4 to 6, free of cost.
But I have to learn how to.
So there is my workshop is there on Friday mornings. Our entire workshop is there. You can and then you can stay back, and 4 to 6 you can print whatever you want.
So, 8 दिन में 3D printing professional.
Yes.
Within a day.
Within a day, it's very
Basic,
simple.
Basic. 3D
Basic,
printing.
basic. Then as you learn, as you experiment, as you start, so it's an experiential thing. As you work, then you start getting new and new insights, and you learn how to challenge the limits of the machine.
If I want to start my 3D printing lab, how much is the capital that is required?
You can start it. So I always ask, it depends on who you are. I mean, if you are an individual, you can start as low as 14,000 rupees.
Only
40,000 rupees. If you are looking at a school or a college or a bigger institution, so we have set up, I think we have the distinction of setting up the most labs in Goa, and we have set up around 9 or 10 labs across
ATL.
No, not just ATL. So we've set up for IIT Goa, we set up for the fire lab, we've set up by us, we've set up for SIBA, we've set up for PCC, Navy Children's School, Vidya Vikas. So all these schools we have set up the labs, and their budget ranges from 5 to 6 lakhs to even 1 CR.
So if I am to start, I can start with
14,000 rupees. You can aram start with the printer.
I can earn and then invest it.
Yes. And a lot of people are doing this. there are a lot of students who have bought one printer from us and then are selling online on Instagram. They're selling earrings, they're selling accessories, they're selling engineering parts, whatever is their strength. They're doing projects for other students and they're selling that. They're doing something called as gift lithophanes, which are a gifting item. They're doing lampshades and they're earning money out of it.
So it's like you can have one machine and you can nicely earn also out of it.
Yes, yes.
Provided you have enough of connects to get the business.
Provided you are advertising enough. Now, a lot of these people are doing the mistake that they don't have the experience of pricing, so they are pricing it too low and paum pe kuladi mara situation.
Okay.
They are hurting themselves.
Are you also guiding people on pricing?
We are waiting to, if anyone comes to us and if there is every opportunity, we help them in the entire process to set up.
Aren't you afraid of creating another RAYN in the market by guiding?
There can never be another RAYN.
3D printing.
I am not worried about that. It's a market that's huge. The potential is huge. You just have to put, what we are doing is just a teardrop. The potential is massive. You look at any vertical that you want. Let's take an example of vase. There are two vases here. I can use 3D printing as a vertical only making vases and designs which nobody else will be able to make. Why? Because I have that. There is one boy called, I think, Sid Pidnikar, who has done, his company name is Brittle Designs in Arpora. I saw his designs online and I ran to his place immediately next day to see his place. Some amazing ceramic products that he has done using a 3D printer. The 3D printer creates the mold and out of that mold he has done some products. Just go to brittledesigns.com and see the designs that he has done. Brittledesigns.com.
Okay.
Amazing designs. And I'm not worried of competition. I mean, the market is huge. There is a lot of potential. And as long as you are able to adapt, adjust yourself, you can do.
So 3D printing, the more the competition is better right now.
It is, because first, being the only person, I am the only one who is marketing it right now. If there are many people around me, they will also market.
There will be awareness.
Second thing is that I am limited to my team, and whatever development we are doing, my team is doing. But if there are many other people, all of them are going to be developing new products, new verticals, new solutions. A lot more value will be added to the businesses around them.
You said during our informal chat before this interview that we are looking at a future wherein there will be 3D printing machine in every household.
Yes.
And you can print whatever you want.
Yes.
In your bedroom.
Yes.
Can you just elaborate on that?
So a classic example was when COVID struck. When COVID struck, the first 3 days, I think 27, 28 till Sunday was complete blackout. We were not allowed to move out. Monday we were told you go and bring your laptops and come home. So Monday I went and picked up 2 3D printers and I came. And Tuesday and I immediately got calls from people saying that Ryan, there is a big shortage. People are searching for people who have got 3D printers. And sitting in my home, we developed the first screen, face shields. Okay. Tuesday we went. Very soon we got permission to move around. The CEO of SIBA, that is Ame, he went and he got permission. So we went and we started our labs again, and we started 3D printing face shields for people. So yes, it is possible. This girl that I told you, Sai, who's doing this lovely art, clay art she's sitting at home and doing. Her products are at home. Most of these people who are working from home. You can sit at home and sell your products on
Even
Etsy.
a housewife who's a homemaker can also spend little time here and make money using 3D printing.
In fact, a housewife can sit at home and understand where are the problems that she is facing, which are the problems she is facing, and start finding solutions for them and printing it.
So they know trouble statements.
They know the trouble. So that is one segment which we engineers cannot handle. They will know best.
And provide solutions. And go for mass scale production.
So 3D printing is all about providing solutions. And this is one big advice that I would like to tell students, that develop your critical thinking, develop design thinking, start practicing innovation. Innovation is not something that I'll get up one morning and say, okay, now I'm become an innovator and let me start giving solutions. No, it's a culture, it's a habit, and it keeps developing day on day. So the students have to start thinking of it right now. Start today. Maybe you
start thinking today.
Start thinking today, find out problems. If someone is having a problem to carry something, how can it be carried?
And you need not be from, I'm just repeating this because I am myself from an arts background. You need not be an engineer or a science background guy. You can be arts or commerce background guy.
I am also arts background.
Same pinch.
I did arts, then I did my tool and die making.
Okay.
So background doesn't matter.
So even if you are an arts background, whatever age you are, you may be a senior citizen to a very
Yes, yes.
to an adult.
Yes, it doesn't
You
matter.
can be into 3D printing.
It doesn't matter.
You can look at this as an employment opportunity.
Yes, it is. So I know one architect, very senior architect, who has left architecture and is doing some brilliant jewelry design. Brilliant jewelry design. In fact, he's thinking of going to Denmark to do further studies on
Jewelry
architecture.
design.
Yeah,
Using
retired
3D.
architect. I hope sir doesn't mind me talking about this on the open forum like this. I have a student. I think he was 7th standard when he picked up the first 3D printer. Who is sitting at home and regularly printing stuff. So there's no age bar on this. We've seen youngest to young. So in one of my workshop, an 80-year-old grandmother and a 7-year-old grandchild were in the same workshop.
Both of them
Both
were
of them.
learning 3D printing.
Yes.
How big is the industry in Goa right now?
In Goa, it's in small pockets. So I think we are the largest. Besides us, you have a lot of others who are doing prototyping services. I think I know about 5 or 6 of them who are doing professional prototyping services. And then, like I told you, there are many students who have just started and are doing 3D printing on their own. I wouldn't mind, hand holding them, guiding them to take on verticals on their own.
You are talking about someone who's creating employment. You are trying to create people who will create employment. I also want to know whether there are employment opportunities here, that I don't want to be an entrepreneur. So I might try to search for a company where I can work for 3D printing.
Okay,
Are those opportunities available?
Yes, I love this question and I'll tell you why. I'll give you 2 scenarios. One is, or rather I'll give you 2 examples. One is, there is a saying that if you love your work, then you're never working in a day. So you decide what is it that you love to do, and that has a career in 3D printing already. If you love numbers, you have something in 3D printing. If you 3D printing companies need people who will understand both aspects of the business. If you love chemistry, we are constantly developing new materials. So there is an entire research wing that is looking out for people who can help them develop new materials. If you like fashion, there is employment over there. If you like designs, there is employment over there. Excuse me. If you like cooking, there is opportunity over there. You choose which field you want and see how 3D printing can add value into that field. Now you may not have that employment opportunity in Goa, but across India that demand is there. Across the world that demand is there. 3 areas where I see huge opportunity right now is designs. All of us are being taught in engineering, all of us are being taught some design software or the other, but not everyone is proficient in it when we go out into the market. So my advice to students is learn your designs well. It will be life saving, because if God forbid if you lose your career, you can start out on your own. So there are 2 types of design: parametric design, that is most of the engineering design where you give measurements, and free form designs. So your face doesn't have measurements. So how to sculpt your face in 3D. So these are the 2 types of designs that you have to learn. Jewelry designs is a large market. They don't have enough people for jewelry designs now. If someone can enter into that, that's a market that can be explored. Third is the medical industry. High paying and very high shortage. So what happens is,
We are also talking about 3D implants in future. As far as
present,
medical.
already present.
Already.
So your dental aligners are being 3D printed.
Okay.
Your bone inserts are being 3D printed. Maxillofacial surgeons are using 3D printing for using the surgical guides are being 3D printed. So what happens is that we need engineers who are also doctors and doctors who are engineers in this field, because now a doctor and an engineer are sitting together and doing one. We don't have one person doing that job. So that field is open, and if you can get someone, there is a huge opening in the market across.
What is the size of market? Do you have a fair idea of what is the size of market 3D printing in Goa?
In Goa, no. In Goa, I don't think there is any survey been done to understand what is the size of the market in Goa. In India, it was supposed to be a $70 billion business by 2022. Okay. However, COVID has jumped it up. So we have to see what is the latest.
COVID
figures.
was boon for
COVID
3D
was a big
printing.
boon for 3D printing, because
But don't expect next wave.
And either way is 3D printing was a big boon for COVID, because we saved a lot of lives.
Okay.
Sitting in bedrooms, sitting at home, a lot of people created walls, face shields, and masks, and saved lives and protecting people. A lot of innovation happened during that period. People are still reaping the benefits of that even now.
But don't expect another
We
wave.
hope there is no another wave. Yeah.
And we are shooting this interview against a 3-dimension
A 3D yes.
wall. So, okay, last, if we compare Goan talent and talent outside Goa in this particular vertical, 3D printing, are we better than others or are we bad than others?
Very tough question.
Don't answer as a Goan, answer as a professional.
So, as a professional, I feel that we have the innovation bend in us. A lot of Goans that I have seen are naturally creative, and I think we can do well in this field. However, enough information, enough facilities, enough infrastructure, and enough opportunities are not given to the youth so that they can take this up. Again, enough initiative is not taken by the youth themselves, because I don't think somebody needs to spoon feed you. You have to take your own initiative. Okay. In other states, they are driven for whatever reason, maybe because of their background, because of their college, because of their culture. They are driven outwards, and they are willing to move out and do work in this. In Goa, we are a little bit lethargic on that. We are still in our comfort zone.
What do you expect from the state government to promote this particular segment?
If they can empower schools, colleges, diploma colleges, and engineering colleges to have their own labs, wherein students are allowed to go in, so that has been started by the central government in the Niti Ayog's, in the ATL scheme. But if we can do something like that for Goa, in Goa, it would be great, because then students would have more easy access to it. It has to become part of culture. If our Honorable Prime Minister is talking about innovation, about Make in India, about exports, you cannot get up one morning and do it. It has to be a part of a culture. So, to be a part of a culture, it has to be part of our everyday.
So, 3D printing will be an integral part of Make in India.
Very much, very much. It already is. In fact, during the budget announcement also, she mentioned about focus on 3D printing.
Because 3D printing is a base for many other projects.
Yes.
Many projects, it's a base. Without 3D printing, you cannot.
All automotive industries are using 3D printing today. All dentists are well aware of 3D printing. They are using aligners. We are using models for 3D printing. All engineering companies either are adopting or are in the process of adopting 3D printing in their mainstream process.
So 3D printing is going to be the future.
It is the future.
It is the future. Thank you very much.
You are welcome so much.
And it's so nice that someone wants more Ryans to come and talk about this 3D printing business. And all the best.
Thank you, Rupesh.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You are watching this special interview as a part of BNI's Goa Employment Conference 2022, and we will bring you more such interviews wherein we will have people from different verticals who will come here and speak about employment opportunities. As we sum up, we will say that there are lot of employment opportunities as far as 3D printing business is concerned, 3D printing industry is concerned, and you don't have to move out even out of your home, correct?
Yes.
I am just reconfirming
Yes.
with you. You
Yes.
don't have to move even out of your home.
No.
You can be at your home
Yes.
and still earn with
Yes.
a minimum capital investment
Yes.
as less as rupees 14,000.
Yes.
That comes to around 1,500 per month if someone counts
Yes.
per year investment. But this is one time investment.
What?
One
And then you
time.
have the materials. But
And then
yes.
material of course will come with your orders.
Yes.
That much
Yes,
that cost will come with the orders.
Yes.
So with as less as rupees 14,000 you can be at home. And one important point he said, which I actually captured, is that even homemakers they can get
Yes.
involved in this
Yes.
business
Yes.
because they know
Yes.
they are the maximum people who know what
What is happening in the home?
Correct. What's happening in home and what is required for
At home.
masses.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much. You are watching this special series on your favorite website www.goanewshub.com. Production partners are goabyland.com, and we'll bring you more such series. So keep watching.